And one of the things that I've been doing all the time is to speak to my drivers, because and it's not something strange to me. I always speak to people that I'm with. But what happened over a period of time, so I've been doing it for more than a year now. And what's happened over a period of time, I've built up like almost like an interview that happens over the distance. And it's part of what we're talking about now, nothing different. I just ask where you're from, and from Zimbabwe, and then you know which languages? Tell me the languages you know.
South African languages.
Yeah, what other languages do you know?
Okay, I just know Shona, Ndebele, Zulu, Pedi, Tswana.
You just know another 9 languages. I mean 5 languages. No, that's...
Because to me, you know Sotho,
yes.
Tswana, Pedi. To me, I can't differentiate. They are the same to me.
Oh, that's the same. But listen, you know the thing is...
of the language can differentiate.
Oh, like you said, this one's a Pedi, that one's a...
But to me, it's still the same.
Now, you know what, Norman? Part of what I'm trying to achieve is, first of all, you're a Zimbabwean. I'm wondering, because a lot of the other drivers I've come across that are foreigners are having it very tough here, are finding it tough at the moment. I had one from Cameroon that said he actually hates being here. He wishes he could go home because he gets persecuted so much.
Oh, shit.
So he said it's become horrible for him and his family, because they're getting xenophobic threats and so on, you know. So I was very worried to hear that, and it was like, then I started hearing it from more and more foreign drivers, you know, that were saying, yeah, it exists, you know, that you've got to, and it looks almost to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks almost to me like as if the xenophobia is on the increase. It looks like xenophobia on black is becoming very prominent, where it's almost becoming understood that if you're a foreigner, you shouldn't be here, no matter whether you've got papers or not.
Yeah.
You know, I've got
black people hate black people.
Yeah, and that's kind of surfacing, but not. Yeah, I know, and then you know these languages. Like, for example, and correct me once again if I'm wrong, Norman. I've heard that, like, for example, Zulus. If you go to KwaZulu Natal, they'll force you to speak Zulu. You're not going to come there and speak Pedi or English. No, they'll tell you, speak Zulu or.
Rather speak a broken Zulu.
Yeah, then just try at least, but don't. But English isn't going to work. So, you know, the thing is, there is a little bit of discrimination between the Zulus and other nations, in that sense, where they believe they're a little bit superior, you know. No, you do what we do because we're the boss. But but in the culture itself, that's what I'm interested in. Is you say that our brothers hate each other, but let's understand why. And do they really hate each other? Because what I see is, I see a South African nation of blacks, of black people. I can't call it anything else, because we have colors in this people. So when I say people of color, it becomes very confusing who I'm speaking about. I'm speaking particularly about blacks. I'm not speaking about Indians, and I'm not speaking about colors, because I can't actually add comment there. I don't know enough. You'd have to know what's happening in the colored communities, and I don't. I know more about what's going on in the black communities and amongst the larger part of the population, if you understand. So I was brought up white, Afrikaner, in the racist time of apartheid, you know, and I was brought up racist, you know. Yeah, my parents were racist, and they brought me up racist, and I benefited out of the system the whole way, my man. I can tell you, I am where I am today only because the system worked for me. Now, I can't take that back. I can't reverse it. I
Yeah,
can't.
you can't.
But what I can do is use it for good.
Yeah.
Use it for good. Now I've got that skill already. I want to try and educate South Africans on the differences between our nationalities and our cultures and our traditions. I'll give a good example about Heritage Day. You know, on our Heritage, September, we have Heritage Day. Now on that day, you will find there's a lady dressed in the Ndebele. There's a Tracy lady, she's dressed Isikoza. There's one that you can see, she's from Venda. Now, Norman, you can look at those ladies and you know where they're from, right?
Yeah, we just
You just look.
we just the
I look at that. This white Mulungu looks at that, and just sees pretty colors. Just pretty colors. That's all I see, my man. It's pretty colors. I don't know, and that's I find that a shame that we don't know. Now, you know what? Every driver I've spoken to, we all laugh about that, and we know that it's funny, but actually, it's a shame, Norman. I'm missing out on a whole culture that you know everything about. You know so much about Africa, South Africa, and you only arrived here 10 years ago, mate. I've been here for 61. You know 10 times more than I do. Yes, you understand, Norman. You're a good example of what can be achieved by a young person that comes here that wants to fit in. So, by the way, you fitted in. You have. By learning those languages and that, you've made yourself home. South Africa, you can call South Africa home. Now, I'm not trying to say every single Zimbabwean or Mozambican or Zambian must now learn a local dialect, but what it shows me is, in a way, you deserve to be here. I make myself laugh. You know, do you understand what I mean? Oh, another accident here, but there is always accidents here.
I think maybe it's because the robot is not working.
It's always bad. Yes, but yesterday I think the police were here yesterday directing. Now this morning, is that a motorbike that's down, bud? Just check. Oh no, man, it's always like this. I got hit by a truck, Norman, on a motorbike about a year ago. Well, in May a year ago, and broke my leg here off. Let me tell you something. I now see motorbikes. Oh, you see that man is not being carried away.
They caught you first.
Yeah. You know that, Norman, I was on the road after I got hit by that truck. I was on the road for 4 hours before an ambulance came. 4 hours in pain with a broken leg. There was different shifts of paramedics that came to look after me. Sorry, Norman. Yeah, let this man go. Shame. He seems urgent. So Norman, yeah, you are definitely a special case, my man, because oh, he hit a pedestrian, dude. He hit a pedestrian. In that you've settled in, and at the age of 38, I really am proud of what you've achieved, mate. You've got to be proud. Have you got family? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Kids?
Not here.
Not here in Zim.
I used to live with them here, but things went south.
Between you or south here?
No, things didn't go well. Then they went
Back.
back.
Okay, you're still friends though.
Yes.
When you said it didn't go well, I thought you had a fight. No, okay. So yeah, it's interesting to hear that. I just feel with the way that this new government of national unity is going, I think it's things are going to be better. I really believe
We hope.
they're on the right track. You know. Absolutely, mate. Thank you so much for this trip, Norman. I really appreciate it, bud.
Nice meeting you.
I love meeting new people, and I love meeting interesting people like yourself. No, they'll open for you. Go to the right. Go to the right. Yeah, they'll open for you. I am early, but I like being early. It's me. Yeah, from Country Pies. Yeah. So thanks a million, Norman. Thanks, brother. Yeah, turn to the right. At the bottom, that green and yellow shop there.
Oh, you make pies.
I make pies, my man. Well, we sell pies. I don't make them, but
Oh.
the factory makes them.